Hi, AT from CNC at Home. A friend of mine got a new business card, and it's basically black with white lettering, and that made me think that one of my black aluminum blanks would work well to give him a one-off metal business card. What I want to do is bring in the images and set up LightBurn to do the burning. First thing I'm going to do is bring in my template for doing a business card. So let me just get that opened up. This is basically just a rectangle. We'll zoom in on it. It's just a rectangle with rounded corners that represents my business card blanks that I have. Now we'll bring in Corey's business card. We'll bring in the front first and take a look at that. This is a PDF file. Came in really well. What I want to do is convert this to vectors, because there's a lot of weirdness going on here with shading. It looks really cool, but that's not going to work well for what we're doing. And I want to make sure that this part over here, this camera, comes through. So I'll just right click and do trace image. By default, it's okay, but it's missing some stuff. Like here, this whole camera is missing, and some of this isn't doing well. So I'm going to change my threshold so that it brings more in. I have to bring this way down. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. All right, something about that looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll switch our layer to be a fill so we can see what that looks like. Get that into our lower left corner here. Now, one thing that's kind of odd here is this is exactly what the card looks like. It's a black background with white lettering. What we need to do is the inverse of that, because our cards are black and I need to burn away so that the white then is what gets burned. So I'm going to ungroup everything and then grab just the rectangle that's around all of this and delete it. Now it's exactly what I need it to look like. Let's go ahead and grab all of that. Let's turn off our blank. Then we'll grab everything and we'll shrink it way down. We'll get it over here, turn our template back on, and zoom in on that. Well, I made that way smaller. Okay, let's just get this whole thing selected. Get that regrouped so I don't have to grab so much. I'm going to do a shift select of the template and then tell it that I want that centered. I'll do this one because I want it centered vertically and horizontally. I've got a little extra space at the bottom and the top. That looks pretty good. Just go into the library and grab the aluminum business card, assign that to our layer. And what I have set up here is a multi-layer. If we take a look at it, we've got our speed and our power setting. We just do one pass. And what I found with this particular laser is I need to do a crosshatch. And the reason for that is the P7 has such a fine laser point. If I do just one direction of the fill, you can see the lines in between. Even when I lower my interval way down, I still get that. So what I found was a much faster solution. Instead of just going back and forth just really tight, was to go horizontally and then vertically. And that cleans up the area real nicely. I have a second or sub-layer on here, and this one is line mode, and it's going to do a trace. So what that'll do is once everything's burned out, it'll go around the letters, it'll trace around them for the burn, and that gives it a nice clean edge. So we can go ahead and save this, and let's bring the back of the card in because that's going to be the bigger challenge. Okay, again on this one we start with the business card blank template, and I will bring in the other PDF for the back of the card. As we can see on the back of the card, it's kind of a neat thing. It looks like a camera. It has his URL at the bottom, and the middle of this is a QR code. Let's go ahead and scan or convert this to a trace image. All right, some of this isn't coming through, so let's go ahead and change our threshold. There we go. Now the problem with this is the resolution of that PDF isn't the best. So you can see here, this isn't squared off like it should be. It's rounded and has this little tumor hanging off the side. Also, if we zoom in on the rest of what it's doing, is we're getting a lot of curves instead of nice square corners. What I did find earlier when I was doing some testing on this, no matter how I did the settings, it never worked well enough where it actually worked as a QR code. It just was a little bit too sloppy for that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring most of this in when it looks about the best. I'm going to bring that in. We'll do the same thing we did on the previous. We'll ungroup this, grab this corner, and delete the box so that we have just our camera. Grab all of this. We'll shrink it down, bring it over here. There we go. Okay, we're going to shrink that up a little more so that it fits in there. So I'm going to go from the center and we'll just keep shrinking this until it fits in there nicely. Okay, that looks good. So let's go ahead and zoom in on that. What I'm going to do is I want to delete all of this stuff in here. The trick is going to be selecting it, because when I grab that, I have to be careful not to grab anything else. Yeah, see how I grabbed some stuff I didn't want. So what I've found is if I create some, or I switch some of this to another layer. So let me just grab some of that. I'll switch that to a red layer so it really sticks out. And we'll grab some other pieces here. Switch those to the red layer. Hide the red layers. Is there anything left? Nope. Okay, so, well, yeah, some of this stuff, this is kind of our QR code that's malformed. So what we'll do is we'll just highlight that and get rid of it. Turn our camera back on, and that leaves a nice square area here where we can put that QR code in. And what we'll do is generate that using LightBurn. So underneath my laser tools, nope, under tools, I have create QR code. So to do that, I'm just going to create a big area, and then the raw HTML is going to be a hyperlink, so https://www. Move this over so I can make sure I key in his URL correctly. CoreyRocksMedia.com. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click OK, and then we'll move that around just a little bit. So what I want to do is test this to make sure that actually works as a QR code. So I'm going to grab my phone and just go into the camera and aim it at this and see if it picks up that QR code. And it does. And I'll just click on it here to make sure it goes to his website. That is correct. Okay. So that QR code is going to work for us. Let's go ahead and grab that. I'm going to put it on the black layer so that we can see the difference. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit here, a lot bit, and get it centered. And then we'll zoom in. And what we'll do is just keep making that bigger until it fits our area. And you notice I have my movement about the center. So as it's enlarging, the center is staying the same. So I won't have to move this around, hopefully, as this gets bigger. Okay, check that out. Okay, so that looks pretty good. If we go into our preview, we can see it matches fairly well, other than it really is nice and square. Oh, that hasn't been set. That's the red layer. I was going to say, why hasn't that got the cross hatching? I'll get all that back on the black layer here, but okay, so everything looks nice and square. This stuff still looks rounded, but that's fine. That's not part of the actual QR code. Okay, so let's just go ahead and grab everything here except that, and we'll get all of this onto the black layer. That way when we do our preview, you can see that everything's doing the crosshatch. Okay, and this will take about a little over 14 minutes to do, and there's a fair amount going on. If we do just a play on this, you can see that it's going horizontally, and when it's done with that, it'll come back and do everything again vertically. And when it's done with that, it will start doing basically the tracing all the way around. Let's just get to the end there. Right, now it's going to follow everything around. It'll follow those edges, get those nice and cleaned up. It'll go through and do everything that way. Okay, so yep, we've got our aluminum black etch and trace assigned to this layer. We just need to save that, run this on the laser, and see what it looks like. Doing the crosshatch seems to work out pretty well on this. Getting the horizontal and vertical really makes the coating get burned away, and the letters are very clear, as is the image of the camera where it says media. That turned out really well. The back side turned out just as nicely, and I presented the card to Corey, and he just loved it. If you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up. If you like the content of our channel, think about subscribing, as that really helps us out. Enjoy doing your CNC at home projects.